They had one of those shirts at Pamela.
Dun 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 dun.
Look at the butterflies.
Laugh away. To your right.
Right there.
Jimmy's over here.
There's one. How what he looks like.
Well, friends, we gather today for a beautiful purpose, and it's to see this man and this woman be joined in matrimony. With that, it's my privilege to know that I'm standing here with James Connell and Pamela Sales, to see your hearts be brought together through the bonds of marriage. And when I think of marriage, I think of one word synonymous to marriage, and of course, it's the word love. It's a very powerful four-letter word we use so often in our English vocabulary, but when it comes to the dimension of a human relationship, it takes on greater significance and greater depth and greater meaning. And from the very beginning of time, it was God who put this world into motion because He is love, and He created to share Himself. And in the creation of the world, in the creation of man, He said it was good. But He recognized that in the creation of man that there was something missing. And so the uniqueness of that story, I think, takes a different twist, and it has a very unique purpose to it, because He created man from the dust of the ground, but yet for woman He created her from man's body. And He could have chosen any other way to do that, but He chose to do so from man's body. And He could have chose a bone from the head or the foot, James, and maybe that would have symbolized man's dominance over woman. But He didn't. He chose the bone closest to man's heart. And I believe that was the intent of marriage from the very beginning, and still is to this day. Because marriage is a cherishing one another from the heart, and the heart is the deep seat of who we are, the core being of who we are, and we respond from the deepest part of our inward being. And so marriage is cherishing one another from the deepest part of who we are, and loving one another, and caring for one another, and honoring one another. And I challenge you to always keep that fresh in your mind as you take care of one another's needs and elevate the status of each other, even over and above your own interests and own needs of your own life. And I challenge you to always know that you two are the partnership for one another, partners to shape one another here on earth, and to make you a better people each and every day, and even on into eternity, because you'll help one another to see each other as others see you. And if there's adjustments that do need to be made, I'm sure you will lovingly and graciously make those adjustments so that you're a better person each and every day of your life, which I think is the only goal of any person's marriage, is just to do better tomorrow than you've done today. Now I challenge you to dedicate your home unto the Lord, and to dedicate your lives unto Him, and to make it your goal to live in the center of His will, because that is the prescription of the greatest success of any person's life. And there's a scripture passage in 1 Corinthians 13, and not reading the whole chapter, but the parts of it says, "Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I have become as a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries, and have the knowledge as to have the faith as to remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and even give my body as a sacrifice for others, but have not love, it profits me nothing." And then it gives a description of love, where it says, "Love is patient, and love is kind. Love does not envy, is not puffed up, it does not behave itself unseemingly, it does not seek its own, it's not easily provoked, it thinks no evil. It rejoices not in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things, and love never fails. And of these three, faith, hope, and love, the greatest of these is love." And I trust this is why you're here, because of your love for one another. And love will sustain you through the years to come, through the ups and downs, the good and bad, the easy and difficult. And love will be a word of a multitude of your lives as you bring your lives together, forming a beautiful tapestry. And hang on to the love that's begun, and the love that will continue to grow. Do you mind if I have prayer with you? Father, I want to thank you for James and Pamela and their family and the friends and each one that's gathered this very spot. And we just pray your blessings on this marriage, looking to you, knowing that you are the author and sustainer of every good and perfect relationship. And we just pray your grace be administered to them, and that you take this marriage and may it be a marriage that will be not only an example to the two of them, but will be an example to others around them, here on earth as well as in heaven. And we thank you for the sustainment of your grace and your love. In your name, amen.
Amen.
Well, James and Pamela, as you hold hands and continue to face one another, the most important part of any ceremony is the sharing of your vows. And so James, as you're looking and saying, I got you. Go ahead. Good. Come on. As you're looking to the eyes of your bride, if you will, just repeat after me these words. I, James, take you, Pamela.
I, James, take you, Pamela.
To be my wedded wife.
To be my wedded wife.
To have and to hold. From this day forward. For better, for worse. For richer, for poor. Sickness and in health. To love and understand. To death do us part. According to God's plan. I commit myself to you. And Pamela, if you'll likewise, I, Pamela, take you, James, to be my wedded husband, to have and to hold, this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, sickness and in health, to love and understand, to death do us part. According to God's plan, I commit myself to you. And yet, the ring today, as you share in just a moment and place the ring on your finger, signifies the oneness of your lives, as you've just shared your commitment through your words and your heart. And so if I can have the rings at this time. The rings itself are special because they will continue to let you know, as well as others around you, that you belong to one another as a husband or wife. The ring having no beginning and no end says that your love is to have no end. And yet, regardless of the metal, the purity of such reminds me of the purity of your love for one another. And yet, more importantly, God's, purity of God's love for you as well. And James, if you'll take Pamela's ring, as you're placing it upon her finger, if you will, just repeat after me these brief words. With this ring, in token and pledge, of my abiding love, I thee wed. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Pamela, if you'll likewise. With this ring, in token and pledge, of my abiding love, I thee wed. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Well, James and Pamela, as you have shared your commitment one to another through the exchanging of your vows and rings, and with the authority invested in me by the laws of this state, and looking to God for his sanction as well, I now pronounce you as husband and wife. What God has brought together, let no one separate.
Amen.
James, you may make it your honor to kiss your bride.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's now my privilege to introduce to you for the first time Mr. and Mrs. James Connell.
Yeah. Very nice.
Oh, I wasn't good to do that.
All right, guys, y'all want to sign the marriage license?